Hmm. What's up, my people? I'm just waiting for Sam to join. Then we can continue with the broadcast. Yeah. So, how many people are tuning in? Wait, just give me a minute. Hmm.
Okay, cool.
Ah,
So, how was your life?
yo,
Okay, let's just see if everything is working. Mm, okay,
so
good.
what's up with the sound?
What's wrong with the sound?
Yo. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we should just wait a bit for some people to join.
Okay.
Let's see if anyone is even joining. I'm not sure.
I'm also not sure. Mm.
Okay, cool. You know what? I think we can just start.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. I don't see anything here yet. Anyone here yet. But
Uh, they can watch it later, Mos.
yeah, most anyone
Mm,
can watch it anytime. They can just come and replay the whole thing. You can, yeah.
they learn something probably.
Alright. So today's main focus is going to be careers and yeah, just what you do after high school, really. So
Mm,
let's start with one question I have to ask.
yo.
Like,
Mm,
when you choose a career, should you go for work that you are going to enjoy, or maybe for something that's going to be easy, or do you choose something that is like a lot of money that can make you a fortune?
okay. For me personally, I wish first of all, I wish someone had told me this after high school that like there is more life ahead of you than behind you, and you can take your time in
Yeah,
making these decisions. Like it's very important that you realize that if let's say if you rush for
yeah,
for money, let's say you
mm,
do you pick a career because you in high school know you're good in accounting, no I'm gonna do let's say CA because that's where the money is
yeah,
and everyone in that field is respected. But the thing
mm,
is, and you don't have like the knowledge as to what that
yeah,
entails, like the hours, how it's gonna affect your life, and then you just follow
mm,
the money, it's gonna be a problem. And then
yeah,
if you sometimes patience can also be problematic. No, you like helping people, so you choose to be a nurse. The
yeah,
working hours stack, and then financially you might find yourself in situations that you might not be able to get out of. So my advice to everyone in general is number one, pick something you like,
mm, mm,
but you must also be able to remember that what you like will change with time. So don't
yeah,
rush to making that decision. So if you just let's say pick a career that you love because you're gonna be doing it for the rest of your life if you don't change, and if you choose to
mm,
change, that's okay. But in the at the end of the day, I believe passion is the most important
mm,
thing, plus a little bit
mm.
of money, because there's no point in doing something if you are not
Of course.
really like financially secured.
Because the thing is, like when you are a kid, like in primary, there is literally something that you want to do, like you want to do it so much. But
Mm,
as a kid, you have
mm,
bigger dreams. To be honest, you are
mm,
maybe you want to be a scientist, an astronaut, a neurologist, or whatever. But then when you come in
mm.
high school, it's like it changes. It changes like with every stage of your life. So I think you
Yeah,
have to like give it some time.
yeah. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. That's the best advice you can give someone. And also,
Mm,
I like telling people it's okay to start. Like pick something. It's okay to pick something and just do it. Because through that experience, you will learn a lot.
yeah,
You will like, for example, if you let's say you decide to do medicine and then you are 3 years in and then you realize this is not for you,
mm,
then you can change.
yeah.
Because
You can.
through that journey you've actually discovered yourself in a
Mm,
sense that you are now able to make a decision which you would not be able to do if you hadn't started that journey.
yeah, yeah. But I think that's how it should be. Because
Mm,
you can't just like choose something for the money or just because you like it, but then it doesn't have anything to put on the table for you. So
mm,
that's one thing you have to take note of. And
mm.
okay, I think we have one person or two people watching. If you're
Other-
watching, please share the link with anyone so that they can also come here and then we can have a conversation with them. If you have anything to say or any questions, put them in the comments down below. Then we'll read them out for you. If there are questions, we'll answer them for you. Yeah.
mm.
Okay, so let's move on. Like, so you are in medical school, right? So, like,
Yeah.
how hard for you to get in? Like, is it as hard as people say, or is it more harder, or is it easier to get into medical school? Let's just
Okay.
leave it there.
Okay, let me just start with my personal experience of getting into medical school. So
Yeah.
grade 12, like during that time it was the old curriculum, so I applied during August, then I didn't get it. And then I had to go appeal with my final year results, which for I believe were okay, but the most people might find it high. And then from there people considered me and then I got in. But the thing is with medical school is people have to realize that the number of people that get in is first of all limited,
Yeah.
and I'm not really sure as to how they choose people, but I feel like they go region by region.
Mm,
So getting in itself is not easy. Like it's not easy, and it's not for the faint of heart. If let's say you want to do a course, you must be willing to go to the campus day in day out and ask if there are spaces, for example, at the beginning of the year, because some people might get in and then they might decide to do other courses. So you have to keep pushing even though they reject you until you feel like there's no point in fighting. I've seen people that got rejected 3 times, but they on the
yeah.
fourth they got in. So number one, you have to really want to do it. If it's just like a second option, it's best you go for the
Mm,
first option, because like medicine is gonna drain you. It, it, it's
yeah.
it, it's it's gonna drain you. But if you really wanna get in, my advice is to study hard, um,
Hmm.
and come with a cutthroat mentality, in a sense that you will not give up no matter how
Yeah.
far they put you or how far they reject you. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy from just personal experience and how people tell me what they've been through. It's not easy.
Mm. But now, for now in high school, most you had people like
Mm.
telling you how med school is and like what you should expect when you go there. Like, now, any of those things, like any of those things that you were told before, like, are they still the same? Like, is it the same thing?
Okay, first of all,
Mm.
when people told me that medical school was stressful, I really couldn't comprehend it because I thought back then grade 12 was a problem. And then I was like, if I,
But it was,
if I, yeah, so back then it was a problem, but I thought I can survive this, so why not that? And then
yeah,
I got into medical school. And then I realized that the stress that they talk about, maybe the first 2 years, not that much, but like when you start with your clinical modules, yeah,
yeah.
you start to feel the burnout, you start to feel the pressure, you start to feel how much you have to know, because medicine is you need to know a lot in reading, and you have to have the will to fight, because you study for a test the entire week, you will
Mm.
fail it, and you still have to prepare for the next one, because if you decide to give up, yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
I
disastrous.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, you never know how hard it actually is until you try it or until you are actually there.
Yeah,
Because
another thing, every course is difficult,
mm,
because I cannot really say that medicine is the hardest course that is out there, because I haven't done anything else. But
yeah,
just, my advice is read the prospectus, research on what the modules entail. That's
mm,
important. Check the life you want to live, and then match it with what the module is giving you.
yeah,
Yeah, that's important. Reading the prospectus should be like the first thing you do before you even consider applying for your course.
mm.
Mm,
And you know one thing that, like, people in general used to say in it, like before
mm,
varsity and things like this, they were like,
mm,
you should, when we were applying, people were like, no, you should choose the courses that have more job opportunities. Like, are they really, like, which courses really have more job opportunities and which ones don't? Because some courses seem flashy and all that stuff, but then you finish your degree, you start looking for work, you don't even know, like, what company is offering, you don't even know if the government will offer you a job. So you are
mm.
just there, lost. Like, which jobs do you, I mean, which courses do you think have, like, lots of opportunities?
Honestly, I'm not gonna say that like there are particular courses that have a lot of job opportunities, but
Mm,
if because people are different. Let's say someone that is doing medicine wants to be a doctor, so they would work in hospitals.
yep.
And then someone that wants to be a teacher would um would want to work in schools, and then so like hospitals and schools will always need people, but the amount you have to consider the amount of people graduating. That's
Mm,
that's the very first thing, because you have to match the career you're choosing with the number of people that are graduating or that
yeah.
are actually qualified to do that, because it's all demand and supply basically when it comes to the job market. Demand and supply. There will always be a
Yeah.
demand for teachers, but you have to consider how many people are doing it to in order for you. That's my personal opinion, of course. How many
Mm,
people are doing this course, and how many people are applying, and how many job offers are they, let's say, in a monthly basis.
yeah.
Consider those factors. But if you, let's say you do engineering, you can get a job.
Yeah. Mm,
Yeah, if you work hard, if you do your research, you can get a job. But
yeah.
it's also the same for a person that doesn't do research, because even though I studied medicine, it's not a guarantee that I'm gonna get a job, because like, as in, like we're speaking right now, there are a lot of medical graduates, but yeah, it's always like that. Do your best, apply to your research, and then
Yeah.
that's it. There's no such thing as a job that has a lot of job opportunities, and there's no such thing as a job that doesn't have a lot of job opportunities. It just depends on how you approach your application and job seeking process, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Because I know, and one other thing is like certain. I don't know if this is true for all courses or all
Mm,
degrees, but if you have like certain degrees, you can get like lots of different job opportunities with them. For example, if you studied science, for example, you could like be a lab technologist, you could be a teacher, you could be a tutor, you could like I think it also
mm,
depends on it depends on how you market yourself first of all.
yes.
Because
Of,
it doesn't always mean that because you did teaching, the government has to employ you. Just because
mm,
you did medicine, Central Hospital has to give you a job.
that
And
is true.
it just doesn't, like if you did accountant, it doesn't mean that you should go to other, like, I mean, yes, you should go to other people's companies looking for jobs so that you can at
Mm,
least start. But then at the same time, you can go out there and then create your own opportunity or just market yourself to the people. I know there will be a person or a company that needs someone like you. So I think
yeah,
that's
that
really the best
that's
thing.
that is a very important point, because if you shouldn't, you should, the first thing you should do is don't go for a career looking for a
Mm,
job, because every career is basically someone decided to do something and then they create. If you can market yourself, let's say
yep.
you are a teacher, you can be working for the government, but you're a part-time tutor. That's
Mm,
money. Then it might even get to a point whereby you prefer the tutoring service compared to the job in itself. So every
yeah.
job can be applied differently. It just depends on your mindset. And I feel like if you can learn how to develop the entrepreneurial or risk-seeking mindset, with,
Mm,
of course, with comfortable, within the level in which you are comfortable with, then
yep.
I feel like the potential of any skill is endless.
Now, okay, now let's like how would you define success? What would what would you need to achieve in order for it to be a success for you, like in your career? Because for how many years now? Probably 15 years now you have been in school
Mm.
fighting with education. Like what would you achieve for you to consider it a success?
What like what would I have to achieve in life in order for me to consider it all? Like, I don't know, but to be honest,
Mm,
I'm not, because the way I define success
yeah.
is just it's just being able to do what I want to do and being happy with it. That is success for me. So I am successful right now. I'm a medical student, and that's what I wanted to be. So I'm successful. It doesn't, because if I base my success on money, it will never be
Yeah.
enough. To never be enough. So I feel like success is being able to do what you want to do and
Mm,
live a happy and comfortable life. Because it's really pointless to be a millionaire while you
mm,
hate what you do.
yeah.
Your day-to-day life is just a mess. Your entire life is problematic, and then you want to call yourself a success. So number one, be happy with what you do, and then also be willing and wanting to do it. That's for me success. I'm not really after a certain level of money or qualification or anything like that.
Mm. Yeah, because I get what you're saying there. Because the thing is, you want to. let's say I don't think it's perfect your skill, but improve your skill in the field that you like, that
Yeah.
you want you yourself, and not just for the
Mm.
sake of getting a job or just. I mean, yeah, getting a job it's necessary since that's how we live. But then
Mm.
if you are rich, but then you hate your job, then that's not really
Yeah.
success, is it?
No, no, no. You have to be happy with yourself in what you're
Mm,
doing, and then also be able to, because standards of living are different. There's a person that lives a very good life while they make
yeah.
$25,000 a year. And then there are people that make 1 million and their lives are just chaotic. So I feel like number one, being willing, happiness, and then also, yeah, loving what you do for me is success. There is
Yeah.
no target. It's just success where I am, and then I keep
Mm.
moving from there.
Okay, but now, like, what other courses or careers would you be interested in? Like different careers.
Oh, if I had to choose,
Yeah.
so I would have loved to do engineering,
Yeah.
but mostly business management. That I feel like when it comes to leadership, like business
Mm,
management, I would like to learn how to run a business and also how to
mm,
develop one. Software engineering is picking up because it's an interesting world. The way computers are moving for me, it's something I'm interested in learning.
mm,
Yeah, I already said I would like to do engineering, but specifically electronical engineering.
yeah.
But other than that, all the careers that I would like or the skills I would like to obtain are just further up in medicine, like specialize in a particular type of surgery or anything like that.
Yeah. I think for me, like the one thing that I've always wanted was to do anything, almost anything related to computers, really, because I think it's like it's evolving almost every day. So it's
Yeah,
something that I really do, like cyber security and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. It would.
I mean, maybe in the future I will
Mm,
just like take a few lessons maybe or something like that. I'm not sure, but also business management is important
yeah, business management for me is important.
because now the thing is like it's not just about like now for example you let's say you are a medical doctor and then you uh, get a private let's say you make your own private hospital and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You now such things are like big stuff. Like it's a big thing to run alone. So you are going to
Mm.
employ accountants and stuff like and people like that. Right? But then the
Mm.
thing is, you yourself you must also know what's happening. You can just
That is true.
rely on other people.
Mm. That is definitely true.
But yeah, I think I think what's the like I think what do they call those things? Career guidance or career fair stuff. In high
Yeah.
school, they were not
Mm.
really. They didn't have a lot of them, and most of them were not even that interested.
Mm.
Like, do you think? Do you think we should like the universities, at least the local ones? Do you think they should more? They should do more on career fairs, career guidance stuff, going to different schools or maybe different regions.
Yeah, most definitely. When it comes to career guidance, I feel like the amount of career guidance I got was insufficient. But it's not just right to blame the people or the universities in it. First of all, every like today nowadays the internet is a wonderful tool. So doing research in the career that you want extensively is should be everyone's responsibility because it's there's only so much in like a person can give you because they don't know what interests you, they do not know what you are looking for in particular. But if let's say you want to become a pilot, then you go to the internet, then you search how to become a pilot in Namibia. Then they will just give you a bunch of schools to apply to. But the thing is, if you go a step further and ask what skills am I gonna learn, what subjects are they gonna teach me? What do these subjects entail? How long am I gonna study for? What are the advantages and disadvantages? What is the salary market, or what is the salary looking like? How is the job market? And then you compare those with the type of person you are, and then if you're willing to accept it, then you go for it, then it's fine. But if you are not, then you are more informed and you're always at a place to make a better decision. So for me, career guidance is insufficient, but I would advise people to do extensive research before you choose a career path.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, if you look at, I don't know if I have no statistics to back this out, but
Mm,
generally speaking, like, if you look at people who are like maybe 6, maybe
mm,
35, like just an older generation, or maybe even 29 or 31. So, like, those
mm,
people, if you ask them, did you know what you wanted to do, like, before you even went to university, or before the application process, before they would tell you that, yes, I always said this, but the thing is
mm,
now, they didn't even have internet to research.
mm,
As we do have internet to research, and if you go up to any teenager right now or anyone aged 23, and you ask them
mm,
what do you want to be or what did you want to be, they will most probably say no. I did not know. Like, I had no idea. Or they would tell you something that's totally outrageous. But
mm.
let's just say it's not even, I mean, it's just a dream for them, but they don't really know how much it takes to get there. So
It's
I
true.
feel like, yeah, I feel like we just need to like be more like we have to be more resourceful. I think that's the right word. The internet
Yeah,
way, the education system is
it's
way
true.
better. You can ask teachers and like about stuff that you don't know. They can definitely help you out, or if they don't know how to help you out, they will also try to get help somewhere just to help you out. So I think it's really just like it really depends on how much you really want it.
Yeah, it's true. Do your research, guys. Do your research.
Yeah, research is really important. I just found out like because the thing is you get into this, like I want to do this, but you don't really know what it is. You don't really know what it offers. First of all, you don't really know. Some people don't even know like the years that a certain course that they like.
Mm,
Like you don't even know how long it will take. But
mm.
so that's the thing. You have to take into consideration all of these things we are saying.
It's take a gap year, think about it. Oh, I wish I had done.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. But now I think most of the career questions that I have, I don't have
mm,
anymore. If you have any
yeah.
questions, just leave them in the chat. But yeah.
Mm,
Okay. So um let's talk about interests out of school now, out of career and stuff like that.
Mm.
Okay, so
Have
apparently, hold on. Apparently, the sound is not good. It's breaking. Not a bit.
mm.
It is. Okay, let's just see how good it is. But you know, most you like to watch series. I like to watch football and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
what interests do you have out of school? Let me ask you
I'll,
first. Do you like right now? Do you read any books that are not academic?
yeah. I read books. I read a lot of books, but right now I'm just mostly focused on financial intelligence. That's the one thing I believe it's an important skill for everyone to have.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I focused mostly on physical activities because you need I just need something meditative to push me or at least to distract me or to focus on apart from school because half of my life is just school. So I
Mm,
would prefer, yeah, I would prefer learning other things. Like I've personally made it a goal of mine to learn a new
mm,
skill each and every year just to keep life interesting because if you just stick to one thing then and you're gonna get stressed. You're gonna get
yeah.
stressed. So yeah, I feel like hobbies are important as an anchor point to sanity.
Mm,
Just you cannot just decide that I'm just gonna go to school and that's all I'm gonna do. Of course there are people
mm,
that can do it, but for most of us it's best to have something else in order. Plus it doesn't hurt to learn a new skill. It doesn't hurt, and it can
yeah.
only better you rather than degrade you. So that's my personal opinions, and I do a lot. I read, as you said, I watch series. You would find me going to the gym. I recently started doing that. Last year I
Yep.
decided to learn how to swim, and then
Wow.
those in themselves have helped me in my academic path. But
Mm,
I feel like if I hadn't done like the past few 2 years, I think 28 2020 21 have really been stressful because people have been cooped up in their houses, their health deteriorates, and then all such things. So having something that helps you relieve stress is important, and also yeah,
yep.
educate yourself.
Okay. Because I think learning new skills is something that, to be honest, I don't really learn new skills a lot. But
Mm,
it's always good because the thing is, when you start doing something, sometimes you feel like it's a bit hard. But then as you keep doing it, it becomes a lot easier and then you start enjoying it and stuff like that.
mm,
Okay, hearing you clearly. Okay, cool. And okay, a lot of people are starting to join now. Um,
yeah.
and we are almost done, but I think we can
Yeah.
stay just for a few more minutes.
Mm,
Okay. So guys, if you have any questions or any comments, just leave them in the chat. Just pull up the thing that says chat on your phone or on your computer, and then you can leave your questions or anything that you want to say basically. So we were just talking about career paths and yeah. So okay, John is just joining now. John, you are a bit late.
John, you are a bit late.
Okay, to be honest, we didn't even. I didn't share the link earlier, so maybe that's the problem. I should have shared it like maybe 2 hours before. Okay, so let's talk about
Mm,
like other courses like for example teaching. Like teaching is probably the most maybe the most common in our country. Like lots of people go for it.
Mm,
Do you think there are like advantages and disadvantages to it? Like this, probably a really hard question for you because you don't. Yeah, you have not experienced it, but like if let me say you had no choice, right? And then you just
mm,
found yourself doing teaching. Do you
mm.
like what? How would you feel though?
For me, as like as I know myself, I'm not a teacher, but
Yeah,
it, I do not. But it's a good career path. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good career path. It helps
mm,
develop the country. Yeah, we need to educate the youth, but I believe if it comes to the question of is it a good path to follow in life,
mm,
that I would personally advise everyone to examine themselves in order for them to answer that question, because I cannot, because for me I wouldn't do it.
yep,
I wouldn't do it even. I would, because the thing is, of if it's the only thing that I could do, I don't believe in it, because there'll always be something else. But if push came to shove and I had to do it, I wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't enjoy it. But if you want to do it, then that's good, and there's nothing wrong with it. Just depends on who you are. I cannot hear you. I still cannot hear you, Sam.
okay. Now you can definitely hear me.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just. Something happened with my phone, so
Hmm.
let me just change a few things. But I would really like to do anything basically. I think teaching I would do, and I think I would make it fun for myself, and then I would,
Hmm.
yeah, just find ways to enjoy it.
That is true. If you can do that, then yeah, but I would not be able to enjoy it.
Mm,
I know I've asked myself this question, if teaching was ever an option. I feel like it's just better to take a minute and really look at other options.
so, John is saying, what advice will you give to a grade 12 who has no career choice and willing to opt whatever comes their way? Yo, yo, yo.
Hmm. That's the thing, though. The question
Mm,
is, whatever comes your way is not, it's not a good thing to have. But my
yeah,
advice is take your time. Take your time to
yeah,
discover who you are. Take your time into examining all the career choices. Take your time to match those two criteria together, and then yeah. Because as I said earlier, if you really feel like you need to start, then start with something. During
mm,
you might have made the right choice, but you wouldn't be wrong if in the middle of doing a course you decide that no, this is not what I want to do. This is where my passions lie, and then you change. Because as you grow and as you live and as you experience life, you will learn a lot more about yourself and what you find interesting and what you find valuable and what your purpose in
mm,
life is, and then you can always go for it. Because there's time
yeah,
will time will time will always be there. There's no such thing as rushing. But yeah, if you're in grade 12, you're 18. Life, there's a lot of life ahead of you. So it's okay
Yeah.
to take time. It's okay to take some time to just to self discover.
Mm. Okay, but so about taking time, like, would you encourage them to like take a gap year, or should they
Honestly,
maybe like in
continue.
that time maybe get, I don't know, like maybe just get a little one of those small courses where you like get to learn a new skill, maybe like
Mhm.
knitting even, or maybe doing something, maybe drawing, like in that gap year. Do can they take a gap year which is empty, or a gap year which is like busy, or just no gap year?
Honestly, circumstances are different for everyone. Not everyone will be able to take a gap year with
Mm,
the knowledge that I change a course because some people might not have money, but and some people are just not willing to stay home. They just feel like they don't want to stay down. So for those people,
mm,
and if you, it just depends on your life circumstances because we all live different lives.
yeah.
If you want to take a gap year and you can, that you are not doing anything. It's not like you're not gonna be doing anything. It's not like you're gonna be sitting home and then just doing nothing. You will learn a lot
Mm,
about yourself in that year. And if that's the way you
yeah.
choose to do it, then that's fine. If you choose know that I'm gonna take this year to I'm gonna do this course and then I'm gonna see where it leads me, then that's also fine.
Mm,
It's, taking time is not
yeah.
there's no there's no blueprint. Just do what your circumstances allow and what you feel is right for you.
Okay. So okay, this is something that's probably affecting every student, or maybe has affected every student. Like, things get complicated. You get
Mm,
stressed, and yeah, mental health now is something that has been talked about like a lot of times. And
mm,
like, what
mm.
would you advise for someone who's just like, they feel like they're going through the most, man, like school is getting hard and stuff like that? What would you advise them to do at that point?
It all comes down to your anchors.
Yeah.
Some people find peace in God. Christians, they can pray for guidance. God will help them. Some
Mm,
people would just prefer meditating. And then some people, it's always good. Some people would prefer to take a break. Some people, but it's always good to find that one thing in life that just relaxes you because life is going to be stressful. Life is always
mm,
going to be stressful. And I know school gets to the best of us, but it's always good to just take a bit of time. Let's say you are studying for a test and then you feel like you are too overwhelmed. Just
mm,
take a step back, cool down, evaluate your situation, and
yeah.
then see how you can proceed in a not detrimental way, in a way that will not harm you, and then you can also reevaluate your life because problems always
Yeah.
arise because of things. So if you feel like schoolwork is too much, it's always like there are too many tests. It's always advisable to start early so that you avoid now the stress in itself.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think you should really like, at that point, I think you should get something that refreshes your mind, kinda, or something that
Mm.
takes your mind away from school. Because sometimes the thing
Mm.
is, you are just trying too hard. Sometimes you are just trying too hard, and it's gonna burn you out, or eventually. And
Mm.
different people have different ways uh, of coping with stress and depression and stuff. And
Mm.
if you like playing soccer, you can go play soccer. If you like music, you can go listen to music or make music yourself. You can draw.
Mm.
I mean, you like drawing. Do you still draw though? Like,
Nah, That's one of my hobby. One of the hobbies I gave up on. I don't know. Just started phasing out,
Yeah.
but it's something
But
I'm looking to get reattached to. But it's been a challenge.
yeah, but
Mm.
I guess your time is now occupied with other things and stuff.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, school, and so you might
Yeah.
not have time to do and everything, but you can do at least something, just that
Mm.
little something to take your mind off of the school, off of what is uh, off of what is causing the depression and stuff.
Yeah. Hey,
So
yo, Sin,
yeah,
my device is about to die.
yeah, it's been live for almost 50 minutes now. You
Yeah.
know what? I think if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to say, just type it right now in the chat, and then we'll be done in probably 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah,
Mm.
I think we've been here for a long time. It wasn't even supposed to
Yeah.
go to 40, 50 minutes. It was only supposed to be 30 minutes. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So we'll just wait for a bit and then we'll end the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for being interactive in the chat also.
Thank you
If
for
you're just
watching, guys.
arriving, yeah, if you're just arriving now, you can, I think you can replay the thing. Hopefully you can. If you cannot, I'll fix it. And then, yeah,
Thank you for tuning in,
but
ladies and
yes. Okay, so that has been it, and we are ending the stream now. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't, and also like the video.
peace.
Oh no, how do I end this?